Hey guys, welcome to our channel. And today we are going to talk about why are the sugar stocks rising. So before we begin the video, let me give you an introduction. My name is Abhinit Kulkarni, and please do not treat this video as a piece of investment advice. This is purely our perspective on what's happening in the sugar stocks. All right. So moving on. So what exactly is happening in the sugar industry because of which the stock prices have suddenly shot up? Okay, you would have seen in the last week or rather the last month, a lot of movement has happened on the upside for many of the sugar companies. All right. So number one is sugar is a cyclical industry. So every cyclical industry has a typical characteristic of demand supply matching or demand supply mismatching. Okay. You take any commodity, be it iron or be it steel or any other metal like copper, aluminium. Okay. The demand and supply keeps on fluctuating. Okay. And because of which we call it as a cyclical stock or a cyclical industry. All right. Now, in the case of sugar, when we are talking about the cyclicality of the industry or the company, we are talking of two things here. One is demand and second is supply. So the demand that we are talking about is the demand for the end product, which is nothing but refined, white sugar or, brown sugar. Nowadays, we get healthier forms of sugar as well. All right. And the supply that we are talking about is the supply of the crop or the raw material, which is nothing but sugarcane. Okay. So there are times when it happens that the demand is more than the supply, and because of which you see the prices of the commodity go up. Okay. And there are times you see that the demand is less than the supply, or rather the supply is more than the demand. And in such years, you see that the prices of sugar start going down. Okay. So because of this, what happens is the profitability of sugar companies is not certain. Okay. So if you go and see the financial statements of a lot of big sugar companies in India, you would see that many times they end up making a loss also for on a on a full year basis. Okay. So there is no certainty in profitability and cash flow, and because of which investors find it difficult to give higher valuation to these companies. Okay. Talking a little bit more about the global sugar industry, India and Brazil are almost at par when it comes to the quantity of sugar produced on a yearly basis. Okay. However, what is different between both the countries is that India consumes most of the sugar that is produced in the country, whereas Brazil exports a lot of sugar that is produced in the country. Okay. Because of this, what naturally happens is the export prices are a lot influenced by the market in Brazil. Okay, so you would see that whenever the sugar production in Brazil goes down, even Indian sugar manufacturers, have to take a hit on their profitability. All right, so it happens. So the correlation is not exactly what I said, but it is slightly more complex dynamics than this. So I'm not going to get into the international sugar market more than this. All right. However, what is very important is the government cannot ignore the problems of the sugar sector. Okay, because it is a major employment generating sector in the country, and also it is one of those sectors, or rather one of those very few sectors which generate employment in the semi urban or rural areas. Okay. So you would know how important it is for the country to generate new jobs, and especially in the semi urban and rural areas. Okay. So because of this, the government has been taking keen interest in providing a solution to the sugar industry, or making sure that the industry stays alive and it keeps thriving. Okay. So what has now happened is the government has set up a big plan of providing another source of revenue to the sugar companies. Okay. And what exactly is the source of revenue is that we are going to talk about now. So this another source of revenue is nothing but ethanol. All right. So ethanol it's a biofuel. It's a fuel made from a biological ingredient, which is nothing but sugarcane. Okay. Okay. And the chart on the left hand side talks about the ethanol production process. Okay, so you would see that the production process starts from sugarcane, and there is this entire process of extraction, followed by converting the glucose or the sugar into ethanol, and then there's a process for distillation, and finally what you get is the biofuel. Okay, now where is this fuel used? Where is ethanol used? So in India today, primarily ethanol is used for blending with petrol. Okay. So in the year 2018, the government has come up with a policy called as National Biofuels Policy, and which has given a target to various companies for having so much blending of ethanol along with petrol. Okay. So as on 31st March 2021, the blending rate in India stood at 7.5%. Okay. And the National Biofuels Policy talks about bringing this rate up and taking it eventually to 10%, 15%, 20%. Okay, so that's a whole plan until 2030. Okay, so it's a long plan that the government has drawn for giving another source of revenue to the sugar companies. Okay, so how does the situation change for sugar companies because of which the stock prices have been going up? Okay, so there are two things. One is the prices for sugar have never been fixed, and because of which companies had to take intermittently a hit on their profitability. Okay, now with ethanol coming into the picture, the demand for ethanol and the prices for ethanol are likely to be more stable than that of sugar. Okay, and the reason is because ethanol will be locally produced and locally consumed. All right. And considering this aspect, the profitability plus the revenues for sugar companies look more clear, and investors will be able to forecast the profitability in a better manner. Okay. So because of this, you would see that the traditionally sugar companies which used to trade at a 5 price to earnings multiple or 7, 10, 12, 15 kind of a multiple, suddenly what we are looking at is an expansion in the price to earnings multiple. Okay, because investors now have more clarity on the cash flows and profitability for sugar companies. Okay, and the price to earnings multiple is a direct function of stability in any company or industry. Okay, so you see companies like Hindustan Unilever or Britannia, Marico. These are companies where there is, where the demand pattern plus the supply pattern is almost certain. Like, it can be projected with fair amount of certainty. Okay. And because of which you see the price to earnings multiples of 70, 7,500 as well. So Nestle India, it trades at a great multiple. Okay. I'm not saying that sugar companies are going to trade at that multiple. Do not take my opinion in that manner. However, what we are witnessing is surely an expansion in the price to earnings multiples. Okay. What you can quickly do is after the video, you can check out the price to earnings multiples for a few companies. So Balrampur Chini, EID Parry, DCM Shriram, Renuka Sugar are a few companies which are leaders in manufacturing sugar in India. We are not making any recommendations in this particular video because this is just our perspective on what's happening in the sugar stocks. If you like our video, please visit our website and subscribe to our small case. You can also click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.